Expectations can be tricky. The marketing and the fan hype around a film can set an unrealistically high bar for even the best movies. Lokesh Kanagaraj's Coolie was one of my most anticipated films of 2025. The aggressive marketing campaign for this movie offered sparing story details, but lots and lots of hype surrounding the star-studded cast. This was truly a pan-India film, headlined by Superstar Rajinikanth, with Nagarjuna taking on the role of Big Bad, and huge talent from industries all over the country, including Soubin Shahir, Sathyaraj, Shruti Haasan, and appearances from Upendra and Aamir Khan. When the film finally opened, people were pumped up. In the theater, they were whistling at the title card for Rajinikanth. They were dancing along to Anirudh's music. They were waiting for all of the many, many storylines to come together in a climactic moment, but that moment never really comes in Coolie. The first half of Coolie plants a lot of seeds. Rajinikanth as Deva attends the funeral service for his friend Rajasekhar, but he's met with anger and hostility and thrown out by eldest daughter Preeti. So we know something went down, and we can't wait to find out what. We learn that Deva's old friend has created an electric chair-like device that can cremate a body in seconds, something he was hoping to use to dispose of deceased stray animals. But this technology has caught the attention of local syndicate kingpin Simon and his right-hand man Dayal, who want to use this to disappear all the bodies they create through their illegal work. Now, Coolie could have been about Deva saving Preeti from the clutches of the bad guys after she's forced to carry on her father's work after his death. It could have been about Simon and his increasing paranoia that there's a police department mole in his gang, which is something that's given a lot of importance in the first part of the film before it basically just drops off in the second half. It could have been something that just all leads up to the backstory, so we know how Deva and Simon interacted in the past. Instead, this plot is all of those things and about 100 more. Coolie has so many double crosses, triple crosses, flashbacks, reveals, plot detours, unmotivated character decisions, and shoehorned in cameos that it can make the whole thing feel like a convoluted, bloated slog. Coolie's saving grace is absolutely the cast. Rajinikanth is a true superstar, and his charisma is carrying so much of this movie in its clunkier moments. The way that he flashes a smile, the way he delivers a line, the way he can bring so much intensity in his eyes, you just can't take your eyes off him when he's on screen. Shruti Haasan is able to showcase some of her versatility, and she nails her emotional scenes, but she quickly gets sidelined to becoming just a damsel in distress. Similarly, I think Nagarjuna uses his charm to make Simon both dashing and deadly, but he is criminally underutilized in this film. Dayal is the character with the most going on here, and we get a great unhinged henchman, but some of his character decisions felt so weirdly unmotivated that I wondered if scenes got accidentally mixed up in the edit. Unfortunately, I think baffling decisions are kind of the name of the game for Coolie. I was jotting down notes for this review while I was watching the movie, and the word "why" appeared over a dozen times. I was just waiting for so many of these loose ends to tie up, but the movie was way more interested in giving us cool cameos than it was in having any type of coherent script. The problem with that cameo-first approach is that it gives us these individual moments that look cool, but we have no emotional investment in why those moments are happening. Those emotional stakes are what can make a slow motion punch in a fight scene feel as impactful as a tearful monologue. The problem with Coolie is that by the time we get to these cool cameos from Upendra or Aamir Khan, we're just too emotionally disconnected to care. So I think there's probably a good movie in Coolie. I mean, there are probably like 3 or 4 good movies in Coolie if any of these big ideas were really explored. But instead of the pan-India blockbuster I was hoping for, we get kind of a messy movie that just has so much wasted potential. So if you've seen Coolie, let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe my expectations were just way too high, but I'm so sad that this movie was a disappointment for me. So thank you so much for watching. As always, you can read my full reviews on trashwire.com, and you can follow me at Trashwire on Letterboxd to keep up with everything I'm watching.